I actually think Marxism is probably a greater immediate threat. But remember, it's the red-green axis. Can we get Zuhdi Jasser on the program next week? Zuhdi Jasser is great. He is my primary care doctor and a Muslim who agrees with what I am saying. He is a Muslim who actually says, guys, you don't understand, they're taking over the West. And he's a faithful Muslim who says this. This is not about your Muslim neighbor who is a good person. I know those Muslims, and I think they're great. They can be good citizens. It is about Mohammedism as a whole, as an ideology. What does it look like in the macro and the aggregate? It is a fool's errand. It is a separate argument whether or not there are individually good Muslims. I know them. I trust them with my health. I get it. I know it. I see it. And they try to distract the conversation about. So let me just give you two examples here. This is one of them. This is a Muslim MP in the UK lecturing that free speech supporters think that they have the right to offend Muslims when he says they don't. When you have too much mass migration, Islam is incompatible with freedom of speech. It is. Islam does not have a robust marketplace of ideas. You can say whatever you want about me. You can call me whatever name you want. You cannot have unlimited freedom of speech and Mohammedism. It does not exist, period. And finally, let me play this. This is 462. Remember, we did a whole program on this, and I got a lot of emails about it. But I will stay morally clear and consistent about how Mohammedism is trying to infect and go into the West. I feel as if we in the conservative movement are ignoring this. We're acting as if like, oh, the Islamic countries are really based. Like, hold on. Come on. Stop it. This is 462. This is the Islamic, if you did not know about this, these are the Islamic developers of the so-called Epic City. Remember, the East Plano Islamic Center? They snicker and brag to each other about how their planned village community will have streets named after Muslim conquerors, and 75% of the HOA fees go to support the local mosque as a way to keep non-Muslims out. This, of course, is the next step in the invasion. So I'm about to play 462. And before I do, though, I just have to repeat one more point here, which is I sat down with a couple from Dallas, right near Plano. They live in North Dallas, so it's like 20 minutes from Plano. They had no idea this was happening. They said, what do you mean there's a Muslim city being planned? No clue. It was happening locally, and they had no idea. This is 462. This is how they take over the West. Islam is a conquering ideology. It is an enveloping strategy. Politics and Islam are one and the same. They are called to take over governments. They're called to enforce and implement. Play cut 462.
So we're still debating on the name, but it's going to be something Muslim name and a village attached to it, right? The names of the streets, Khalid ibn al-Walid, Tariq bin Ziyad, like all the great conquerors. Like people need to Google those conquerors, and then we want to have different sections like Andalusia, this, that, like all our past glories, and we want to bring it back. The way what we're doing, brother, like you cannot make it exclusive, like non-Muslims not allowed, Kuffar not allowed. What we're doing, there's something called association fee. I don't know what it's called in Dubai. Like your maintenance fee that you pay yearly, cutting the service fee, to cut the grass, to remove the snow and whatnot. So that service fee will put there 75% of the service fee you're paying goes to the masjid. Brother, we're putting an application now where we're selecting the names of the streets in the United States of America.
They are laughing and bragging how they're using our own laws against it. That's in East Plano. That is not in Birmingham, UK. That is not in Munich. That is not in Dublin. That is in Plano. How they're bragging and laughing. They mention an area of their town named Andalusia. That's a name from Spain when it was ruled by Muslims. It's a name aspiring to conquest. And notably, in the West, we actually admit the most extreme Muslims in many cases. Pakistanis will tell you that Pakistanis who move to the United Kingdom and America are the most backward, the most fundamentalist ones, the least reformed. An epic city will give them a foothold. And we're all just kind of looking at it saying, oh, you know, wow, that's really great. Religious freedom. I would make a provocative argument. When the founding fathers talked about religious liberty, I don't think that they wanted to see Mohammedism, Islamic Sharia law cities on the turf of America.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.